Well, Sue, a winner. How has the last few days been for you?
It's it's been great. Busier than normal, but I really enjoy it. I would love to win again, and yeah, I mean, so many people ask me, how does it feel to be a winner? And I just said, I don't know, great. How are you supposed to feel as a winner? But yeah, just I really cherish this moment, and yeah, I just look forward to hopefully many more.
We were speaking up in Queensland, and I said that you've had such success with your dad, but this week you have Mike Clayton on the bag. And you said his knowledge you feel will be a great help this week.
Yeah. First of all, I didn't sack my dad. It was an arrangement before. So, and I mean, he knows this course like better than anyone else, like anyone else. And I just need to hit it where he tells me to hit it, really, and that's kind of hard, I think. But that's always a hard thing. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the week, and it'll be a great combo, and we'll see what happens.
Can we have some questions, please?
I'm going to ask you the big one first. Can you get Mike in shorts this week?
No.
There's no chance Mike Clayton caddies
No.
in shorts.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Maybe if I'm in the last group on Sunday. But nah, probably not. I've tried a few times, but if it's like 40 degrees, surely, no, nah. Kathy, no. If Kathy's known him longer, nah.
Brendan?
So how you talked about you've been a little bit busier than normal the last couple of days.
Yep.
How does that affect preparation for this tournament? Like, I would imagine going Vic Open, then up to Royal Pines, you just were in your routine, practice, a little bit less practice the last few days. How does your routine change?
Hasn't changed too much. I mean, Sandy's been great organising everything, and I've just sort of fitted in. And Monday, I wasn't going to do much practice anyway, and today I played 18 and did the usual Tuesday. Except I got my golf clinic after this, so I'll be teaching kids like 3 years younger than me, I guess. But yeah, it hasn't been too bad. I mean, I know Royal Melbourne really well. I've grown up in this area, so I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, we'll see how it affected me. Course is great. It's looking tough, but that's expected. And the greens aren't too ridiculously firm or fast, which is great. I think it's playable if you hit it right, and I think you just have to miss in the right spots. I think it would be so easy to make easy bogeys, and just sometimes you take a bogey from where you are. So just being really calm and plan it out, and just ask Mike where to miss and where to hit, I guess. Yeah.
You're getting spin on your shots into the ground?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad today. It was hard though, because every time I landed on the fescue, it wouldn't quite release, and then you try and land it on the green, and it would just release too much, and the putts are just rolling out. I don't know, like probably 2 feet, a foot, lot more than further, and just got to be really good at 5 feet putts, I think. Yeah.
So, I mean, a lot of people asking you about, rookie pro stuff and whatever. 7 Australian Opens. This is your 7th Australian Open. I mean, that's a lot more than a lot of veteran women in this field this week. How do you explain that? How does it make you feel to hear that at 18?
First of all, I really wanted to play my 7th. I had to earn my way in, and I'm very happy that I did. And and I played. I made the cut last time. It was at Royal Melbourne, so hopefully do a bit better this time. But 7th Australian Open, I don't know. It'd be great, and I want to play as many as I can. Hopefully, I can set a record to how many I play.
You weren't worried that you weren't automatically in the field? That might have suggested you work your way back into the tournament through into the Open through some other tournaments?
No, it was more like I've done a lot of pre-Qs for this event anyway. So I was prepared to do a Monday qualifying. Probably wouldn't have been prepared because I got home at 2 a.m. Sunday night. But it was like playing a little bit like when I was sort of a junior and then trying to earn spots into these events. I mean, the scale's completely different. It's the Australian Open and trying to get into bigger events, but sort of a similar feeling, I think. But I'm happy that it feels good that I earned my way here, and I think I was an invite last year, but all the other years I've pre-qualified or won the Aussie Junior and Aaron Badley. So yeah.
Thanks.
Sue, you've played in a few LPGA events, and I think you played the US. Maybe was it the Kraft Nabisco last year?
Yes, yeah.
I'm just wondering whether playing with Lydia Ko, Shan Fang, these type of players, Su-Hyun, you, how do you feel? How do you feel playing alongside those people? Do you feel, as an 18-year-old player who's just turned pro, do you feel like you belong in that group? Do you feel comfortable, and are you intimidated by those big names?
I don't think I'm intimidated. I mean, after the win last week, people were so nice. Like, I came down late yesterday, and everyone was like, congratulations, and people that I've never really spoken to and said, I was watching you and you were great, and I was like, thank you. And like, one of the reasons why I turned pro was I got to play in 2 majors last year and then, like you said, 7 Australian Open, and this is where I want to play. This is where I want to be, week in, week out. So that's why I've turned pro.
But you feel like you can play at that level?
I hope so. I guess I'm testing myself too, but last week was good. This week, this week's an LPGA event. The course is hard, Royal Melbourne, but I don't feel intimidated, so that's a start. And hopefully I'll just earn my way into the tour.
And the other thing was, what do you know yet what your plans will be this year? Because winning last week gives you the option of going to play in Europe with a card there, but I think you already, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you had status on the Symetra Tour in America, so
yeah.
Do you know what you're going to do? Where you're going to play this year?
Not 100%. But I've always wanted to play in Europe, just because it's like I think it's a cool place. I'm not 100% sure yet. Like I think my main goal for the year is to get my LPGA card by the end of this year. So, and play Symetra, and there's so many ways I think to get in. You could get into the tour, like. Yes, top 10 by the end of the year, or you have 3 wins on Symetra that could get you a card too. And I think it's going to be a big year. Like I'm going to play as many tournaments as I can, whether that's LET Europe or any other places. LET in Europe. Symetra and LET.
If you won this week, you'd have the LPGA card.
I believe so. That'd be nice. Yeah.
So, Sue, you've probably answered a variation of this question in the last couple of weeks, and I apologise, but you've always been linked with Minjee, coming through your junior and amateur days. because of what happened in Florida in December, you've taken slightly different paths. Are you sort of happy to have put your name back in that same mix as Minjee with last week's win?
Yeah, I mean, Minjee's had a great year last year. She's played great, and I also wanted to get my LPGA card, no doubt, but I didn't. And but I think everything a lot of people told me everything happens for a reason, and not the end of the world. Like, this is a great office for the second week anyway. But I'm still looking forward to playing on the Symetra. Like, I just want to develop, get better, and hopefully I'll be more prepared the year after and play better.
Just further to that, how much difference does it make this year that you're playing and you don't have to do your VCE and your exams and your study? Does that actually make a big difference for you?
Yeah, I missed out on a lot of school, but it was like people had 40 weeks to do the work, and I had way less than that. I still had to finish. I had to do everything that's not all my friends had to do, but in shorter amount of time. That was hard. But I'm so happy that I've done it.
Because you would have been overseas probably 3 or 4 or 5 times in the year, wouldn't you?
Yeah, so I mean, I had the February off because of the Australian events, and then I went to US in July and August, and then we had the World Cup, World Amateur, and then we had the pre-Q, and it was a big year. But that did hold me back a little bit, I think, last year. But it's something that everyone goes through. Like, I have to finish school. Like, my parents were pretty strict about that, and I'm happy that I did. And I still have friends outside of golf that I can talk to, and something different to golf, I guess. Yeah.
Sue, apologies for late arrival. Just from the ABC, just wanted to very quickly ask you about, I guess, your triumph in the last week, and how that confidence sort of flows through and what it does for your golf, even coming in the early practice rounds.
Yeah, a lot, I think. I was actually, I thought I haven't done enough preparation for last week because I only played like 9 holes on Tuesday, and then I played the Pro-Am on Wednesday. And I was like, oh, maybe I should have done a little more, but I have played it. That was my 4th time last week. So, and yeah, I guess this week I played 18 today, but I didn't play yesterday. So I just kind of playing as it goes. But I mean, after Q school, I was pretty low on confidence. And I mean, I worked hard this summer, like I always do, though. Nothing any more or less, just another off season. And I'm really happy that I got off to a good start, and I'm looking forward to the year, and hopefully it just continues.
You showed obviously great sort of composure under pressure in those last 4 holes in particular. So I mean, must give you great confidence coming into an event like this, where there's obviously a lot more exposure and some really big names coming through as well.
Yeah. I didn't obviously haven't. I would love to see myself on TV because I couldn't see myself being composed. But I did feel quite relaxed out there. But on the 18th, I got a little nervous. I just wanted to hit it straight on the fairway. And yeah, this week I'm really looking forward to it, and seeing it's my first experience, my first win and first sort of everything, and I'll see how I go, and maybe the second time might be, make changes if I need to, and no matter what happens this week, I think it'll be a great experience, whatever. Yeah.
Just a note from me. Last week you said, and it was very funny, that you argued with your dad. And you did it all in Korean, so none of the crowd could understand when you were telling him off.
Yeah.
How will it go with this week with Mike? I know Mike doesn't speak Korean.
No, are you sure?
I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, we kind of still. We had one today, like on this particular hole. Sorry, the routing's changed a little bit from last time, so I can't quite remember. But
Yeah.
he's like, oh yeah. I was like, it's a 54. Like I was just on the fringe. It's like, oh no, try pitching wedge. It's not a pitching wedge, and then I couldn't hit it right, and then I was just like, it's a 54. It's a 54, and he's just like, it's a pitching wedge, and then I hit one close. I was like, yeah, we'll just agree on a 54.